And this is the Hunter 7.2 update. Now, Beastmastery saw a couple changes, or rather additions. A couple things that had happened as people were requesting that I put a Dire Frenzy or Dire Beast buff tracker on the right, and now there is one. It'll track the duration as well as the stacks, similar to the Beast Cleave tracker. A couple other things, if you hadn't noticed in the previous build, when you cast Cobra Shot now with certain talents, it resets kill command. That's all taking into account in the conditions. Otherwise, it'll have you cast Cobra Shot just at the 90+ mark, so you can conserve your energy. But everything else is functioning the same way. There wasn't too much to fix here. One heads up for people who keep asking, because I said it once before, but when you have the Titan's Thunder ability and you want it to appear in the rotation, you'll have to open up Tell Me When's edit mode by typing /TMW. Going to the left, you'll see the rotation there, and just right-click the icon and set it to 100%. That'll put it back into the rotation. It's off by default because a lot of newer hunters won't have that ability, and it'll just clog up the rotation. Now, moving into Marksman, I adjusted the timing on aim shot a little bit so that I'm trying to get it so that you can see it in advance enough to know to press the button, but also not too late that you miss the vulnerable stack. So it's a little tricky area. There is the vulnerable tracker on the left there, so you can make a more educated guess once you're more used to the class. But generally speaking, it'll try to maximize the damage of aim shot as much as possible. Getting that extra bonus percentage whenever it can. The rest of the rotation follows as normal. You'll be told to save up your focus for piercing shot, and all other abilities will rotate around that as well. Not too many things were actually wrong with that. A lot of people were asking about how the vulnerable tracker worked and how it worked with aim shot, and basically I have to make a little wiggle room for players to get used to. And then finally, for survival, a couple things were added to this one. I changed the lacerate to work like a standard dot from other specs. So now lacerate will be suggested to you at the tail end of the debuff, and you'll see the debuff tracked when I put it up. All other cooldowns and everything else around it are working the same way, and it'll have you maximize as many abilities as possible. I've also added caltraps and a few other abilities to the rotation. But the big thing here is just that the rotation should flow a little smoother than it did before, and you should have no problem hopping right into it and getting the maximum amount of damage. The spec is a very heavy melee burst with light cleave, so that is, if you played the classes like Shaman or Paladin or even Warrior, you'll be able to hop right into this one, no problem. But yeah, that's everything for Hunter. As always, your feedback is how I can fix and improve these profiles, so please let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, and I will catch you guys in the next video.